Good morning, fellow hikers. It is just a little after 7:30 a.m. I know what you're thinking. You slept in, Paul. Oh no. That's exactly right. I've slept in, and I've slept in on purpose. Didn't set my alarm. Felt pretty tired last night, and considering I've only got 35 miles to go to get to Cascade Locks and the Bridge of the Gods, I just thought to myself, there is no point in getting up at silly o'clock this morning. So that's the reason why. Nice easy couple of days. Easy mileage wise, not easy terrain wise. I've got about a 4,000 foot climb today. Not all in one go, but there is about 4,000 feet of ascent to do over the course of the day. There's a small chance I may reach Tunnel Falls by the end of the day. Depends how well I get on. It might be first thing in the morning. It's about 27 miles away from where I am. But just at the moment, I am on my way to divert off the PCT and take the little alternate that goes to Ramona Falls, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. And I'm actually hoping there's going to be enough light to film it by now as well. That was another reason I slept in. Get there too early, it's only about a mile away. Get there too early, and in the trees like this, there just wouldn't be enough light to get a decent shot of it. So that was my other thinking behind a late start this morning. Apparently, the little alternate trail that you take is supposed to be really beautiful, kind of almost rainforesty. Oh, coming out into some daylight, look. Wow. I better take the camera off low light mode. Well, that is so much more than I was expecting. The photograph on the app makes it look tiny, but that's huge. That's really big. And it's just absolutely beautiful. The way everything's just cascading down in different flows. Wow. See if I can zoom you in. Get a few different views of it. Look at that. Just beautiful. Well, I've got to say, I know 100% that I'm in Oregon, but the scenery is all of a sudden very Washington. All these ferns, got some really, really cool patterns and some really nice effects with the sun coming through, different angles. So Ramona Falls, talk about being worth a detour. That place was absolutely magical. It was like something out of a fairy tale. Unfortunately, the lighting was a little bit flat. Hope I managed to capture enough of it for you to get a good idea of what it was like. The rest of the trail down was just nice and gentle, really nicely maintained, nice and wide. Now I'm back on the PCT. I've got a 1,500 foot climb. And it's starting off pretty steep. There's been quite a few of these uprooted trees recently on this section. Massive, great root systems underneath, and all the stones and boulders stuck in there, just ripping these big sections up out of the earth. I'm still climbing up. I've just passed a spring, but it was quite a ways. Well, it was a ways off trail. I've still got like 700 ml on me of water, so I'm going to carry on to the next spring, which is about 3 miles away. I can't remember if I thanked Miriam yesterday. I apologise if I'm doing it again. I'm kind of losing track of things. But Miriam on Buy Me a Coffee, thank you very much for your support. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. And once again, Penmith on a super thanks on YouTube. Thank you so much. I know you've been following along, I think, from the start and supporting me, so yeah, it's a huge thank you to you. Getting closer to the end. This time tomorrow I'll be in Washington. So I want to thank everybody as well, whilst I remember, for their road trip suggestions and where to go after the trail. If it does materialise, that is. There's a lot of cool suggestions in there, some that I'd never considered. I have to admit, I'm kind of more inclined at the moment to stay on this side of the country, just because of time factors and being able to cram more in. I don't really want to fly to the other side of the country or take a while driving. But a couple that popped up, I've not read them all yet, but a couple that I did see that popped up that sounded interesting. I think somebody suggested Montana, some of Glacier National Park, which is one of the parks that I've actually not been to, and I really would like to go and see that one. That's a possibility. And then a few people mentioned the Oregon coast, which I should have said I have actually done before. Some of it anyway. I've been to Cannon Beach. I've been around the Olympic Peninsula, first beach, second beach, third beach, Rialto Beach, wherever that was, I can't remember. But someone did say that you could go mad with photographs on the Oregon coast, and yes, I have, and I probably could do again. So that's an interesting one to me, because I could then probably just pop down into Utah for a little bit as well. Anyway, it's all a little ways away yet, and like I say, it depends on quite a few different variables. But thank you all very much for your suggestions. I will look forward to reading them all when I get into Stevenson. Hey folks, I've just this minute finished lunch and got myself packed up. Because I didn't eat lunch from my bear can yesterday, because I got some food at Timberline Lodge, had like quite a bit of spare food, so I've just been on like a basically an eating bender. I wish I'd come out here actually. I wish I'd known this little bit was here, because I was kind of sat in the trees just a little ways back. It was nice. I'm not gonna lie. It was nice. It was really nice and peaceful. But it would have been nice to have a view. You can just see maybe the tip of Mount Hood poking up over the top there. I actually have had a couple of glimpses today of Mount Rainier. I'm 99% certain it's Mount Rainier anyway, going by the shape of it. There was just a couple of little glimpses, but I was actually hiking and eating at the same time, and I couldn't get the camera out as well. I couldn't juggle everything, so sorry about that. Otherwise I would have showed you. I did have some little bit of reception there as well at lunchtime, and just going through checking emails and things like that. I thanked Penmouth this morning again for the super thanks on YouTube, but I didn't see the comment that went with it until just now. That's really nice of you to say that. That's like a huge compliment indeed. Thank you very much. I'm not sure that the videos are quite that good, but if they're making you feel like you're actually on the trail with me, then that's a good thing in my eyes. That's the kind of thing that I'm going for. I'm not going for a polished product. I wanted the videos to be a little bit raw. And also Paula on Buy Me a Coffee. I'm pretty sure, Paula, that you've been watching for a long time as well, if not from the start, and that's fantastic. Thank you for all the support along the way, and thank you for the support and the comment on Buy Me a Coffee. Very much appreciated. Well, I'm at mile 2130.3, and it's basically like playing mountain bingo. So we've got Mount St Helens there. I believe in the centre there, of, if you can make it out, sorry, we've got Mount Rainier, and then we've got Mount Adams over here. I think that's the right way around. It's just crazy seeing them all in one line like that, all in one shot together. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive on the camera, I'll be honest. They look tiny on the camera, but here, with the naked eye, they look pretty impressive, to say the least. So that's zoomed right out. Whether you'll be able to make all three of them out, I do not know, but that's the kind of landscape that I'm looking out on at the moment. It's just epic. And obviously they're all in another state as well. Not far to go, ladies and gentlemen, and Oregon will be a memory for now. And the new challenge of the peaks of Washington will be taken on. Afternoon. So I am now on the Eagle Creek Trail, and you can probably tell this is where the burn was, or part of the area where the burn was. Apparently started deliberately by somebody throwing a firecracker or firework into the gorge. Clever. Not really much you can say about that, is there? I got here via the Indian Springs trailhead, and let me tell you, that thing is pretty serious. I certainly would not have liked to have been going up it. It was incredibly steep. Quite a few blowdowns in one little section of it. A couple of sections of really awkward rocks to negotiate, like the lava fields, but slightly different. Like I say, it was... Ooh, look at all the cotton. Yeah, it was very steep, very exposed as well, because obviously all the trees are burnt, so there's no cover. Loose, dry, and basically just difficult. There was about 4 slips, but no actual falls. So I was quite lucky. There was one very, very close where I just managed to save it at the last minute. But I think this Eagle Creek Trail is a little better. Certainly seems that way at the moment. It's actually just really, really nice that it's open again. You get to actually experience it. Get to go to Tunnel Falls and walk through that iconic waterfall. It's another one of those big PCT moments, even though it isn't officially on the PCT route. It's about 6 p.m. and I've dropped into this valley with this river flowing through the bottom of it. Been quite a few waterfalls, very picturesque, just like that one. Got this like quite narrow path cut into the side of the cliff here. Walk along. It's very fantasy movie-esque. Wow. Really cool. Wow. Look at that. Just look at how steep and sheer that cliff face is. Straight down. And you got this coming down here. Wow, look at that. Whoa. Awesome. If you are a little worried, there's a cable here on this side to hold on to. Whoa, that is pretty. Wow, whoa. Look at this, guys. This is awesome. Wow. That is insane. Alright, let's walk through it together, shall we? Single file, please. No running. This is so cool. Woo-woo. Well, I guess now that's over, I can go and look for somewhere to sleep for the night. That's the next task. Find a tent spot that isn't occupied. There are quite a few people in this area. Not just PCTers, a lot of other people as well. So we'll see what we can do. Hey folks, right, I think I'm going to try and sleep here tonight. It doesn't look to be the best for a big tent like mine, but I'm going to make it do. It's called the Blue Grouse campsite. I just spotted it from the trail, just this flat spot. There's another one just in front of me, but that's taken. There are very few campsites in this valley. They're kind of few and far between. I don't want to risk going any further and having them all been occupied. Plus the next one, in about half a mile or a mile, a lot of the comments on the app are saying that it smells of poo, and that one of the last people that camped there had to bury somebody else's poo. So sorry about that if you're eating or thinking about eating, but it's the kind of thing you kind of unfortunately come across from time to time on this trail. But yeah, I'm going to try and make do with this. I should be able to squeeze the tent in there. It doesn't look like the most even of pitches, but I'm sure I'll make do. So I hope you've enjoyed the waterfalls today, guys. We've not really had many of them since the Sierras, have we? Especially not as spectacular as the ones today. I did try on the camera, on the phone, using the ND filter on one of the apps that I've got, to try and make the water kind of look all milky. You probably know what I mean. You've all seen the photos like that. If I can get them edited and they look okay, I'll pop them up on the screen so you can see. If not, then just take it that it didn't come out very well. All right, so this is going to be me for the night, and then tomorrow I've got a short hop down the valley into into the final stretch, shall we say. Hope you'll join me for it. As usual, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode, hopefully.